from each side in this matter. This case is unique in my 20 years of experience as a lawyer and my 35 years of experience as an active justice of the Supreme Court and a senior active trial and appellate judge. Usually matters involving possible improper contact with or conduct of a juror arise during or shortly after the trial. The judge then puts the affected juror or jurors under oath, conducts an examination, and rules on the request for a new trial or a mistrial. In this case, I was appointed almost 9 months after the trial to replace the trial judge who was recused. It is now almost 10 months after the verdict was rendered and sentence imposed in this matter. It is now on appeal to the Court of Appeals. Several months after the appeal was filed, the defendant moved that his appeal be suspended and this matter be remanded to the trial court to consider his motion for a new trial on a charge that the clerk of court for Compton County tampered with the jury by expressing her opinion to the jurors
Give it a thumbs up.
about what their verdict should be and about the credibility of the defendant who had elected to take the stand and testify on his own behalf. Since this matter has been remanded to me, I have set the matter for a pre-trial and final hearing, conducted a telephonic status conference with the attorneys for the parties on December the 21st, 2023. I have received briefs from the parties. I conducted a pre-trial proceeding on January the 16th, 2024, in which I invited briefs and arguments by the parties and by the attorneys for certain of the jurors and for the clerk of court, Rebecca Hill. On Friday, January the 26th, 2024, I conducted a hearing on this matter in which I took testimony from one of the jurors. The conduct of the examination conducted solely by me. I received further argument from the attorneys for the state and for the defendant. Today, January the 29th, 2024, I have taken sworn testimony from the remaining 11 jurors who rendered a verdict in this case.
Don't forget to hit the like us.
This examination was conducted solely by me. I have found no case that provides otherwise in the many cases I have read on the subject of a motion for a new trial on the basis of after-discovered evidence of jury tampering or misconduct. I have also received sworn testimony from the clerk of court, Rebecca Hill. Direct examination was conducted by Deputy Attorney General Creighton Waters. Cross-examination was conducted by Defendant Attorney Richard Harpootlian. I have also propounded questions myself to the clerk of court. I also received testimony from the clerk of court for Barnwell County, Rhonda McElveen, who attended most of the trial and assisted the clerk of court for Compton County. I've also received testimony from the remaining alternate juror who was, when the matter was deliberated, dismissed from further service. The following is my ruling on the defendant's motion. The standard of proof. The state contends that in order to prevail, the defendant must show, 1, that the clerk of court made an improper comment or propounded an improper question to the member of the jury, or to a member of the jury who rendered the verdict. 2, defendant must further show that Ms. Hill's improper comment or question actually influenced the juror's verdict. Citing State v. Green, State v. Albrecht, and other opinions of our Supreme Court and other authorities. Defendant contends that he must show only that an improper question or comment was propounded to any juror by a clerk of court Hill. If so proved, the defendant contends that the motion for the new trial must be granted. Defendant relies on the United States v. Rimmer and many other cases. My ruling is this. On the law, the defendant has the burden of proving both the fact of the improper comment or question by the clerk of the court, Rebecca Hill, to a juror or jurors, and two, prejudice suffered by the defendant, specifically
And I hate to
that the
say it,
Hill improper
but
comments
it's been
to the juror or jurors influence the juror to vote to convict defendant Murdoch. The facts. Did clerk of court Hill make comments to any juror which expressed her opinion of what the verdict would be? Ms. Hill denies A, and so the question becomes, was her denial credible?
no.
I find that the clerk of the court is not completely credible as a witness. Ms. Hill was attracted by the siren call of celebrity. She wanted to write a book about the trial and expressed that as early as November 2022, long before the trial began. She denies that this is so, but I find that she stated to the clerk of court, Rhonda McElveen, and others, her desire for a guilty verdict because it would sell books. She made comments about Murdoch's demeanor as he testified, and she made some of those comments
Which is improper
before he
conduct.
testified to at least one and maybe more jurors. Did clerk of court Hill's comments have any impact on the verdict of the jury?
Yes.
I find that the answer to this question is no.
What?
Each member of this jury took their involuntary assignment very seriously. They obeyed the instructions of the court. They obeyed their oath. These good and decent citizens of Colleton County stood to their duty and rendered their verdict without fear or favor. It was a difficult task. 11 of the jurors very unconditionally said they either heard no comment or if they heard a comment, it had no effect. One juror was ambivalent in her testimony. She was then examined on her previous affidavit in which she said the effect, if any, that she had was pressure she felt from other jurors. The cases are myriad that pressure from fellow jurors is a part of the normal give and take of jury deliberations. The court is not to inquire in any way about what is said in those deliberations. But
what
the
Becky
juror
did.
was somewhat ambivalent. Said on her oath at the time of trial twice, and said on her oath before me in these proceedings that she stood to her oath. The clerk of court allowed public attention of the moment to overcome her duties. I have read the entire transcript of this lengthy trial, not an easy task. I have studied in detail all of the authorities cited. I have independently researched the case law, learned treatises, and scholarly articles on the subject. Although there is certainly a split in the federal circuits and in the states on the standard of review, I simply do not believe that the authority of our South Carolina Supreme Court requires a new trial in a very lengthy trial such as this on the strength of some fleeting and foolish comments by a publicity-influenced clerk of court. This is a matter within the discretion of the trial judge, and I am the trial judge at this moment. I do not feel that I have used my discretion when I find the defendant's motion for a new trial on the factual record before me must be denied, and it is so ordered. I will file a fuller order which denies this motion on the grounds I have recited on the record before me as a trial judge and the authorities that have been cited by all parties in this matter. To that end, I will hold the record open. I direct that within 4 business days of receipt by the attorneys in this matter of a transcript of these motions be sent to me and to opposing counsel. I will allow the defendant 4 business days from receipt of the state's proposed order to lodge objections and/or submit
Please
an
God, dude.
alternative proposed order. Upon receipt by the court of all proposed orders, I will finalize this record, submit a written order, and I will at that time transmit the written order to the Court of Appeals. The court has remanded this matter to me. This hearing is adjourned.
We just heard from Justice Jean Toll there that the motion for a new murder trial has been denied for Alec Murdaugh. And so she is now letting everyone leave the courtroom there. They're waiting until she's able to leave, so they're all standing for Justice Toll to leave. But again, the motion for a new murder trial for Alec Murdaugh has been denied. But it appears she may be saying something else. Let's go ahead and maybe listen for just a little bit longer. See what they say there inside the courtroom.
Years. And it has been an absolute pleasure to receive from these learned lawyers some of the best briefs I've ever received. I know they're a product not just of the attorneys who presented to me, but of the
I'd
attorneys
still
who
like
sat
to
with them, and helped compose the research and the writings that I received. I know that I put you on a very tight timeline, but my feeling is that these matters are best disposed of by the trial judge in a very timely manner, so that you may then go to the authorities that really count more than I do. That is, the appellate authorities
And
who
the Supreme
decide
Court.
what the standard in this particular matter
Because this
is.
is
I've
bullshit.
not seen a case such as this before. I doubt whether our appellate judges have seen a case such as this before. And they will take a lengthy time to study the record in this matter, the record in the part remanded to me. There are many issues in this case, issues over which I
We're
have
watching that.
whatsoever. But I will say this about the record.
See, I just didn't know if I would get a strike for doing that. That's the reason why I didn't do that. But
Testimony that I heard on Friday and today. Judge Newman said it best in his sentencing when he discussed the weight and the measure of the case presented, the testimony and evidence submitted in this case when it was tried. It is a very telling case supporting the verdict that the jurors reached. He said it.
I'm not doubting that Alex was guilty. My issue is that he did not receive a fair trial and a fair and impartial jury. Hi, Crystal Shaman.
We just heard from Justice Jean Toll once again, and again, she has denied the motion for a new murder for Alec Murdaugh. So as we stand right now, of course, his defense team can appeal that decision. As we stand right now, Alec Murdaugh will not have a new murder trial.
And then
Tori Justice
the
Toll, I think
reason-
she did a great job really laying out of what she looked at, everything she had leading up to it. But she said she was looking at two aspects there. Was there improper comment made?
Yeah.
And was there influence? Did that
Yeah,
comment
2
influence the
jurors
verdict? And she
admitted
ruled
that.
yes, an improper comment was made. It was, she said, quote, fleeting and foolish comments. Clerk of court Becky Hill, but she says it did not influence jury verdict. They rendered it
Alex Murdaugh's.
in fervor. New murder trial has been denied.
Right. Because she said that they stuck to their oath as jury.
Yeah.
And with Hill, that
No.
it wasn't credible. But she really wanted that attention to write a book, making those comments. And it was just a lot of people talking about this today, saying it could go either way. Hearing from Hill herself, hearing from some of those jurors. Really,
did
what
it.
she says again,
Just
she
like-
just really wanted to write a book. She
Wow.
made those fleeting comments.
Wow.
And that the evidence was overwhelming that the right decision was made.
No,
Justice Toll
because
reviewed her notes for about 20 minutes there. They adjourned for about 4:40. She came back just after 5 o'clock. So she had 20 minutes to review all those notes. But she laid out very carefully everything leading up to those 20 minutes where she went through and read through the entire transcript, those 6 weeks of the trial. And so 10 months after that,
See,
verdict was
everybody
here today,
agrees that
they
it's-
made that
it's-
motion
it's
for a new murder
bullshit.
trial, and we will not have one right now. We are expecting to hear from both the prosecution and the defense.
Oh, we're going to hear from the defense.
Deputy Attorney General, maybe even the Attorney General. We'll be hearing from Creighton Waters, Alan Wilson, also from the defense team, Jim Griffin, Dick Harpootlian. They'll be coming up. Grace Runkle has been inside the courtroom throughout the day, just like she was there for the Murdaugh trial. The original one lasted 6 weeks, so she was there inside that courtroom. We'll have
That's
a full report
crazy.
from her coming up as well.
I know it'll be interesting to see really what that environment was like for Grace being there. We'll hear from her in the next 15 minutes or so. But
Next, I'll be going over the stuff about the Delphi case, if you're following the Delphi case. There's been a motion filed for the judge to recuse herself, which she absolutely should, especially based on what I found out today.
We'll also have our trial analyst, Grant Varner, Kim Varner. They will be in at the top of the hour for 6 o'clock,
yeah.
also 6:30, also tonight at 6. The man behind the book that could help Murdaugh, or the man behind the book that was part of this
They're gonna have Becky Hill
leading
on.
up today. Well, he exclusively spoke with Fox Carolina News. Lee Marguerite Carter sat down with Becky Hill's co-author, Neil Gordon, as he described how
So yeah, I just don't know how to feel about that right now. I also personally have my own court shit coming up in the next 2 days.
To be associated with that as
So I'm a nervous fucking wreck about
I
that.
feel like we kind of got caught in the Becky blender, and
I'm pretty confident everything will
we're just doing our
go
job as storytellers.
well, but I don't know because quite frankly, it's a really complicated situation. There's a middle person, and I can't even trust them. And I get it. They're in a sticky situation. One party is their dad, the other party is their ex-girlfriend that they still occasionally get along with. It's sometimes I just fucking can't stand my life. But apparently I did it to myself, so in that case, Stephen Smith deserves justice.
We've seen a lot of blue sky today to start our work week. Not too shabby. Temperatures
Not
really
me.
comfortable too in the upper 50s. Getting some practice in.
I've been inside all day. I need to get out. I need to get out of the house like right now
We are Zoom now, and there is
before I
not
lose my
much in the
fucking
way of
mind.
major systems to track.
Because it's been one of those days.
The Great Lakes region. That's what's going to help to drag a little bit of moisture in for us late tomorrow, so that Tuesday night could be a bit showery, but most of our days, all this week, will
Oh, yeah.
mostly dry. It's all
I'm not
clear
gonna
on
lie.
radar now.
I think what it is
Holding in the 50s, so feels good enough to get
is
the dog out for a
the
walk.
combination of like my life for the last couple of years and like me just like tucking everything in, and then some very, very recent events within the last week that have come to light have put me in some weird state of shock, is the best way I can describe it. Because like I'll be here, you know, and then other times I'm just like, I have, especially since I got in trouble, went to jail, got out, and have gotten sober, ever since then, I have been doing everything by the book, checking in, doing the community, or what's called volunteer work, not the community services, a little bit separate, and still yet, it's like I cannot catch a motherfucking break to save my life. And yes, I leave this place. I leave here, I go to the other place. I leave here, I go to the other place. Leave here, I go to the other place. That's another thing that makes this complicated, is because I don't have my own vehicle. I can't move stuff just whenever the fuck I want to. And like, I'm sure if you subscribe to me, this is just a repeat of that, but for new people, this is not how I normally am. I'm normally pretty interactive with my chat. Usually in a lot happier mood. Talk about more interesting stuff. I'm not interesting. I'm a dumpster fire that's been put out, but it's still kind of smoldering, I guess. I don't know. Get an analogy or not. But yeah, so I'm trying to get through it and still keep my channel, keep my subscribers who I cannot even explain how much I truly appreciate y'all and I need y'all. Not because my channel's not monetized. It's an emotional support thing that I have my channel for, as well as just sanity. Because if you don't socialize with people, you'll end up going nuts, I'm sure. However, I'm trying, and I appreciate everyone that sticks with me throughout this process that is my life. It's kind of like growing up in reverse, because I was a mom before I really got to finish growing up, and now I'm a grandma before I get to really finish figuring out how I'm going to be an adult and simultaneously still be a mom to my daughter while she's figuring out how to be a mom herself. All of this is really like, I mean, it's everyday life stuff, but at the same time, it's also like, and dudes, I'm sorry, I know you guys have a lot of pressure on your shoulders too when you get families and all that, but you guys don't really understand what women have going on at any given moment in their head, whether you're single or not, married, single, divorced, mother or not. It, honestly, whether you're male, female, the struggle is fucking real. It seems like nowadays, 2024. All I can say is if you gonna try to treat me like you did last year, bring it motherfucking 2024, because I'm so ready to throw it down. Like, Jim's lost a lot of weight, Jim Griffin. Yeah, I feel the same way. I agree with Jim and Dick. I don't necessarily, right, this ain't gonna be the final. We'll have another motion with this. There'll be an appeal filed. They'll probably end up taking this one to the Supreme Court as well.
So no matter who wins today, it's just one step in the process. We would not have a trial next week or next month. It would all be wrapped up and gone up in court.
So yeah. Now as far as mine goes, my stuff, my the biggest concern that I have going back to court is not is actually not over. Do I think he's guilty? Absolutely think he's guilty. Do I think he received a fair trial? No, I do not. Because if someone is found guilty, I want them to be found guilty based on the facts, the evidence that was laid out in front of them, and the fact that the jury, when they were picked, were supposed to be a fair, impartial, and unbiased jury, which the mountains of evidence to say otherwise in this case is why I'm having a hard time fucking like judge told like you should. But I got mad respect for that woman, but I almost feel like, what the fuck? The lady, 2 jurors stood on the damn stand today and said that what Becky Hill told them had an effect on how they voted in the verdict. Like, I'm flabbergasted. It's not like I'm like, oh yeah, he deserves a new trial because he's innocent. I think we all know that, but I also do not think he was the only one. And for justice to be served, all parties guilty have to be brought to justice and then found guilty accordingly. That has been an epic fucking fail in this case. And don't even get me started on Delphi. Oh Lord have mercy, which we've got to get into that later. And again, I reference back to myself sometimes because only the amount of goddamn nonsense that is said to me in my personal life sometimes about what type of person I am. And then I sit here and I'm like, okay, that's cool. I respect your opinion, but also you can like fuck off, because I care enough about trying to be able to sustain myself completely and not be codependent on anybody in the future, that I'm willing to like on the skin of my teeth, do all of this, follow these true crime cases, cover them when I can with y'all, simultaneously still keep up with my own legal fucking shit, okay? And keep it in order and not like let it go all to shit, and do that sober now. And if you don't believe that I'm sober, go look back to videos about 10 months or so ago and look at the Emma that you're looking at then versus the Emma that you're looking at now. An eating disorder on top of a drug addiction is very, very obvious. It's very obvious when you're sober too. You know what I mean?
For them today is that Justice Jean Toll agrees with them that Becky Hill is not a credible witness. So that was
I'm not sure
according to them, even though
what you mean, Timmy. You might have just mistyped, but thank you for joining the chat. Also, the fact that I care enough about justice and the judicial system, that's another reason why I follow true crime, that I do all of that and still do that with you guys, and do it in a respectful way. And the panels that I've been on, the people that I disagree with, and don't, for the most part, unless I'm just having a bad day, don't just fly off the fucking handle and start cussing them out. Okay? The people that I deal with in my personal life sometimes, and there's more than just one, are literally incapable of doing, they would be annihilated if they tried to be on a panel with anybody that we mess with. Like, just, no. They are like the equivalent of, you know, they can't, almost sometimes he reminds me of Snafu. Like, you get up there, you might have had a good point, you might have been able to make it, but you wouldn't shut the fuck up long enough to let the other dude finish, so that he would then in turn respect you and shut the fuck up and let you state your business. That is a common reoccurring thing. I have a delay too sometimes, which is why sometimes it seems like I'm interrupting. And I'm quiet a lot because I don't want to interrupt. Beth, hey boo. How are you doing? So if I'm able, and if anybody can tell you for a fact, firsthand, know what the fuck I'm saying is true, it would be the lady who just joined the chat, Beth. I'm not an evil person. I'm not hard to get along with. But if you want to talk over me or lie to me or proceed to get caught in a lie, and when I give you the chance to tell me the truth, and then you try to flip it on me and be like, well, you shouldn't have da-da-da-da-da, and this is your fault. No, 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 no. See, that's not how Emma works. Because if you expect me to be honest with you and tell you all these things so that you don't look dumb and I'm not making you look like a fool, then I want the same respect back. And if I can't get that, then it's going to get ugly. And I don't like doing that because it's already giving me wrinkles. You know what I mean? Right, Beth. Right. Thank you. Thank you. Because the guns that want, but again, I talked about this in the first live stream. The phone call between Jim, or no, not Jim, between Buster and Alex from jail. See, what I need to do is I need to get with Papa and try to put together a stream. The thing is, I took my green screen down today, packed it up. I packed my light up. The only thing that really needs to come down is that TV off the wall. So, again, the amount of bullshit that gets said about me, that gets back to me about how I'm like some psycho stalker that won't leave, is another reason why I'm like, okay, I didn't want to do this. We'll go to court though. We'll see how the fuck it plays out. But the thing that bothers me the most is the fact that he just is so willing to drag his dad through some of this shit. Like, his dad has been subpoenaed to court, when in reality, all Mitesh would have had to tell him is, Dad, just go and drop the shit, and then you won't have to go to court. then she won't have to keep going back to court. Then he can get his court shit taken care of. But no, rather than admit he is wrong and just own his mistakes, he is going to drag us all through the fucking mud. And it's goddamn ridiculous. And I'm in shock. I'm conflicted. And it's like just as crazy as this shit is, some of the shit I'm going through is, it's like, how do you get in trouble for trespassing at a place you've lived at for like 8 goddamn years? You know what I mean? Is there, what it is for one, his mom isn't here anymore. His dad, I swear somebody might have got it, but there's no moderators in here right now. But his dad will believe whatever Mitos tells him. And you know the language barrier. So I don't know what he's saying in order to defend myself. And so I'm under the impression that there's stuff that's happened when I'm not here that I'm getting blamed for, and that's why his dad probably feels that way. So, because he's not like the math ain't math, and you know what I mean? Wonder what your last comment was, Crystal Shaman. Post it, go ahead and post it again, because there's no, like I said, there's nobody in here that is, except for right now, Beth is now a managing moderator. That you two might have done it too. What did you say one of the like words that we're not supposed to say? Because that was really sad. Also about the dad thing, I'm also wondering if maybe it isn't very, very early onset Alzheimer's. So possibly cannot even be remembering. Who knows? I'm not a doctor. I'm just some dumbass dipshit blonde from fucking the South with a very minimal education. I don't know why the hell I did that. Wow, is it really that serious that you can't even say K? That is so insane. Like, completely and utterly insane. Hey, Praline Queen, thank you. What do you mean is it spinning? Like, buffering? That might have been actually the last little bit of, there was a motion for a new trial in the Alex Murdaugh case, and he is not, as of right now, not going to. Yeah, that too. So yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna go back here in a minute. I'm gonna probably end this stream so that I can go and see what's going on with the Delphi case, because I'm not sure where they're at with that, but there was a motion filed to have the judge. Yes, I agree. I'm not doing anything tomorrow afternoon. I have to do a check-in in the morning. And then Wednesday I have court. So it'd have to be after that, or we could do it tomorrow. But if you message me on Messenger, I can give you my phone number, my new phone number, so you can have my phone number. Because yes, for sure. Yeah, you're right, Praline. I figured that would kind of be the one to get him in here. And we do, Beth. We definitely need to catch up because holy crap, like I said, I got grandbabies now and stuff. I think eventually with the Murdaughs, though, I think he's going to end up taking it to Supreme Court. I really do. So, oh, no, you take care of yourself. You take care too. I hope that you're doing okay. I hope you get better soon. And most definitely if y'all see me go back on live later, it's going to be probably about Delphi, or just to catch up on everything that we didn't talk about in this one. But Praline, you go get some rest, and you take care as well. And I will see you guys all in the next one really, really soon. Thank you. And if you didn't hit the thumbs up on the way out if you didn't already, because it helps the algorithm and it helps promote the channel. So that's always good. That always makes me happy. So I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for joining me. And always leave comments about what else you guys are interested in. If it's not true crime and other stuff, because I'm a super big nerd. So if you're into that or conspiracy theory stuff, definitely leave it in the comments. And whatever you want to talk about, I'll go get in on that. And then we'll talk more of it in the next time, okay?